Right, sir.
That's
And
why it's a
she's
back and
oh,
forth
sorry.
about who you good, sis. So that's why
She's
when you
trying.
continue to
Oh,
read, you get to chapter 4, right? Then that's when not even a contention, but you know the legal dispute about who was going to take on Ruth for the inheritance of that land. It wasn't about Ruth at all. It was about the land that was attached to that marriage. That's all it is.
Hey,
But
sure enough, you know
yes,
what's
sir.
bad when you, cause I, when you're young, you watch all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And this shit, that's all it is. Um, hey, check this out. I watched that video 12 years ago, right? I remember tell me if I'm lying, sis. Well, you probably don't know because you didn't watch the video. But he goes into the blue letter. He goes into this long, bruh. Sure enough,
Okay, I'm back.
okay.
This nigga's retarded, bro. This nigga's retarded.
Yes, he
He's
is.
using maps. Listen, listen, listen. He's not using biblical text. All
Yes,
he's
I was
doing
just
is
about to
putting a
say that.
map up. The nigga got a map up, and he's saying that based on the wars that took place, although the Bible says that they went into the country of Moab, that wasn't really Moabites there. There was Israelites there. Even though the text that we read makes it clear that he left from Israel because there was a famine and went into Moab for 10 years. Then the husband died, the two sons died. Then she said, I'm going back to my people. So the point of the text is if her people were there in Moab, why would she not stay there? Okay, that's the question. He made me watch 23. I skipped up to get to the point. At 23 minutes is when he starts to explain that because of the wars in Numbers, he said, no, that really wasn't Moab where they went to. There were Israelites there with no biblical text. The nigga's using a map. He's going
right,
to
sir.
just go ahead.
Right, sir. And she's told me that because I didn't want to watch the whole video, she looked at me like I was evil. You
No,
know,
your mom, listen, sis, your mom got the devil on her because the scriptures don't say that. And
exactly.
she wants you to conform to the stupidity that she's in based on a nigga that's making things up. Okay?
I've seen the TikToks though.
Revelation 22, verse 18. This is what's gonna happen to your mom. Revelation 22:18. The text does not say what he's saying. He used maps, and he's saying based on wars that what the scripture's saying it's not, because there was some. No, that's not what it said. Read it.
Revelation 22, verse 18. For I testify unto every man that hear the words of the prophecy of this book. If any man shall add unto these, God shall add unto him the plagues that are written in
That
this book.
nigga is adding something. He's making things up. He's using maps to make things up. And it's compelling to a nigga who don't read. I read, and I know what we just read. And everything that he said is not biblical. He spent 23 minutes with maps saying that because of the wars, there was still some Israelites there. And the text says country instead of land, so that means where they went where other Israelites were. That is not what the text says. Read on.
And if any man shall take away from the words of the book of this
And that's what
prophecy,
he's doing. He's taking away from the words of the book of the prophecy. Read on.
God shall take away his part out of the book of life.
That's what happened to niggas when they make things up. And the niggas making something up. Okay? There's no scripture that to even reference what he's saying. He's totally making things up. Uh
She's saying that I'm saying God is contradicting himself because Boaz is married a Moabite woman. She's
say
like
that again. Say that
she
again.
she said that I'm saying that God contradicts himself because Boaz married a Moabite
How
woman.
how did God contradict himself? Explain that to me.
Cause I'm saying that she's not, cause I believe she's not um an Israelite, and she's like, oh well, you saying God contradicts himself, and I was like,
How? What is the contradiction? I don't understand.
cause she I guess cause she thinks that I accept that God I'm saying that God accepts him marrying a Moabite woman when we know
Yes,
that.
yes, God did allow it the same way he allowed Moses to
Right,
get
right.
Numbers chapter 12. It's not the only place. Most based on those conditions. That wasn't something that they did in sin. They were in another land where there were no Israelite women. It's the same thing with Moses. Moses fled away from the Israelites. He was away for years. So the reason why he went there, read in Numbers chapter 12, verse 1.
Numbers chapter 12, verse 1. And Miriam and Aaron spake against Moses because of the Ethiopian woman whom he had married, for he had married an Ethiopian woman.
Okay, so it was the same thing. He didn't marry her because he abandoned his people. He was on the run. He was away from his people. The only women that were there were Ethiopians. It's the same thing with I'm sorry, the same thing with this situation here. They were away from their Israelite women. There were no Israelite women there. The same way Moses, there was no Israelite woman there. They didn't do it to be wicked. They didn't hunt them down. They were there because of circumstance. Naomi and her husband and her sons were there because of circumstance for their survival. Moses was there because of circumstance for his survival. So that doesn't mean God contradicts themselves. Your mother is making things up.
She was like, well, if she was a Moabite, tell me where in the book of Ruth where God punished him for that.
No, why would God punish him? I just explained it. The reason
Right.
they were there was because there was a famine. They wanted to survive. So that's why they went amongst the Moabites.
I
Then when the
understand.
famine was over, they went she said, I'm going back to my people. If they were Israelites, she should have stood there. Let's just keep it in context with what the scriptures say and not how he's trying to twist things his way.
Right.
She said, I'm
I
going to return to my people. If those were, because in the video, the guy that those were Israelites. So if we just hit him with the text, why did she say, I'm going to return to my people? That's all we got to do. We just got to stick right there. The famine is over. She could be like, look, I'm going to chill here with y'all. She said, God have visited my people, and it's all good in the hood, so I'm going back. She kissed him and was like, I'm out. Then they said, let's go back to the text. This is light work. This is extremely light work. That guy's an idiot. Uh,
We were at verse
hey,
11.
hey, y'all know who this dude is? He had a hit song before. He was singing about Judah. I forgot how it goes. Everybody was playing it until we dropped original royalty and crushed him. But at one time, he was making music.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm gonna look him up. I don't remember him,
y'all
this brother
remember him?
name.
I could tell by his voice. He was the one that was singing that song. He had a good song at one time. Uh, Let me show y'all something. Go to, because we stopped at 10. At 10, we stopped at Ruth chapter 1, verse 10. I'm going to read it.
Okay, verse 11.
I'm going to start with verse 8. And Naomi said unto her two daughters-in-law, go return each to her mother's house. The Lord deal kindly with you as ye have dealt with the dead and with me. So she was telling both those girls, go to your mother's house. Verse 9, the Lord grant you that you may find rest, each of you in the house of her husband. Then she kissed them, and they lifted up their voice and wept. Verse 10, and they said unto her, surely we will return with thee unto thy people. Unto thy. They said, we want to go with you to your people. And Naomi said, turn again, my daughters. Why will you go with me? Are yet any more sons in my womb, that they may be your husbands? Turn again, my daughters, go on your way, for I am too old to have an husband. if I should say I have hope, if I should have an husband also tonight, and should also bear sons. Verse 13. Would ye tarry for them till they were grown? Would you stay for them, having husbands? Nay, my daughters, for it grieveth me much for your sakes that the hand of the Lord is gone out against me. And they lifted up their voice, and Ruth clave unto her. And she said, behold, thy sister-in-law is gone back unto her people and unto her gods. If they were the same people, they wouldn't make a statement like that. It's gone back to gods. So this is a clear distinction cut right here. If they were Israelites, they would be worshiping the same God. Okay? He's finished right here. All that shit he did with the maps is just fluff and bullshit for ignorant people who don't read. I'm gonna read it again. Uh, Verse 15. And she said, behold, thy sister-in-law is gone back unto sis. Are you still there with me?
Sure, I'm sorry. Yes.
You have a highlighter to
I'm I'm reading.
highlight verse 15. That's the key point. All right. Verse 10 and verse 15 is already clear
Yes, sir.
that they are not Israelites. She said, go to your people. She said, I'm going to my people. She did not say what that idiot is trying to infer in the video. Verse 15, and she said, behold, thy sister-in-law is gone back to her people and unto her gods. If she was an Israelite, her God would be the God of Isaac, Jacob, and Abraham, the 12 tribes. Return thou after thy sister-in-law. She said, you go back with your sister-in-law. Verse 16, and Ruth said, entreat me not to leave or to return from following after thee. For wherever thou go, I will go. Where thou lodgest, I will lodge. Thy people shall be my people. So she was begging to come where the Israelites were. And thy God, my God. So she was saying, I'm going to leave my God to follow your God. 15 and 16 is the killer. 15 and 16 is the killer. 10, she says, and they said unto her, surely we will return with thee unto thy people. So that's proof that they were not Israelites, because they begged to go unto her people. 15 and 16 makes a distinction between Naomi's God and their God. Okay? 17, where I die, and there will I be buried. The Lord do so to me and more also, if aught be, if aught but death part thee and me. She said, only thing that's gonna part us is death.
Cutting out.
I don't want only
Breaking up, everyone.
pleading. Y'all can hear me? Hear me?
Can hear you now.
Uh,
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Okay, she was pleading with her. She said the only thing that's gonna separate
Yeah, you just went out again, A1.
me. When she saw that she was steadfastly minded to go with her, then she left speaking to her. She stopped telling her go back to her people. Okay, so I don't know where the
Yeah, it keep going in and out, A1. All right, y'all. Yeah, give him a minute until you get to a better area. You come back in and finish touching on that. But you understand all that, right, sis?
yes, sir.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Yeah, man. I'll add something. The A1 touchdown. Go to Judges, last chapter, last verse. Let's see what happened. All right. Remember, it was an option Well, not an option, but it was a couple laws that was supposed to be applied in that situation. We read one in Deuteronomy 25. The other one is Deuteronomy chapter 7, in which your mother was referring to. But go to Judges chapter, Judges last chapter, last verse. It'll show you.
Judges chapter 21, verse 25. In those days there was no king in Israel. Every every man did that which was right in his own eyes.
See that? So it said, every man, oh, go ahead, A1. I see A1 back. Go ahead, sir. All right. So it said, during the time of the judges, every man did what was right in his own sight. What the hell is that? All right. Yeah. So during the time of the judges, said every man did what was right in his own eyes, right? So is it, go ahead, A1. I see you back.
It looked
Y'all
like
can hear me?
yeah, it looked like you trying to talk. Can you
Yeah,
talk?
I don't know what's going on. I'm not even in a bad area. It must
Yeah,
be
yeah.
messing around with the app.
Yep.
But she made it clear. They have their own God. She said, return to your God. She says, I'm going to my people. You go to your people. So they're just making up foolishness. He's using maps to suggest that where they went because of the famine, there were Israelites there. The text does not say that. You understand, sister?
Yes, sir. 100%.
Okay? He's making shit up. And he's a heretic. The Bible calls him a heretic. A heretic is someone that goes to make up things contrary to the scriptures. What he's saying is a heresy. Okay? And your mom got the devil on her because she's a respective person, meaning because he said it, she want to listen to him and negate what the Bible says. So that's why Christ said this. Matthew chapter 10, verse 34. Read that, reader. Do we have a reader?
Matthew chapter 10, verse 34. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword.
The sword is the word of God, the Bible.
Come on, Rita.
For I am come to set a man at variance against his father,
Meaning your father's going to be arguing with you concerning what the scriptures say.
and the daughter against her mother,
That's what you're going through, precious. Your mother's arguing with you over some foolishness. Read on.
and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And the man's foes shall be they of his own house,
Christ
household.
said that his followers' foes will be the people of their own house. And that's what you're experiencing. Your mother's your foe. She's threatening you to believe something that's not in the scriptures. She's your foe. You understand that, precious?
Yes, sir, I do. And she can't confuse me or indoctrinate me. And I'm not allowing that. I see Satan. I see him.
Yes. Your mom got the devil on her. Does she like this guy?
Yeah, and like I don't like she knows that that's not her husband. Y'all shouldn't be talking together anyways.
Have they had sexual relations?
Um they did in the past. They're just like on and off.
Okay, so she's in fornication with this man.
Yeah, I would call it fornication. I don't know if they're like sexual doing things sexual or not, but yeah, I don't know.
If they had sex one time and they didn't marry, she's in fornication with this
Oh
man. You
yeah,
understand that?
yeah, right.
I don't
Yeah,
care if it was 10 years ago, 20 years ago.
right.
The scriptures say if he lay with her, he got to stay with her. But what he's doing is making sure that he play with her. Why they
Exactly.
not married? Why they didn't get married?
Um they've
Because
just they've argued a lot. Yeah,
he's
he's on and
starts with an N, starts with an N,
right,
has two
right.
G's in the middle.
Mhm.
Yes,
Like,
that's why.
and he's always like trying to like say things about IUIC, and I'll be like leave leadership alone. Like, why y'all always got them in y'all mouths? Like, cause y'all know they're right, and they just hate him.
What group he follows, you know?
He's like, I don't know what he used to watch IUIC videos. I don't know if he do now. He doesn't live with us. He lives like up the road with his dad. But I don't really know if he still watches IUIC. But I do know he watches other people, I guess, because he believes that the new moon is when it's dark. And I was like, no. And I was like, Mama, you can't see that he's like indoctrinated. Like, you can't. You want to talk to this guy? And I was like, okay, but that's not my business. But
How
okay.
old is your mom? How old is your mom?
She's in her late 30s.
Late 30s. Has she been talking to this guy for how long?
On and off. For some like 6 years now, 6 years.
Don't you find it strange that a man been talking to you with the word of God, with the Bible, for almost 7 years, and he has no interest in marrying you, but making you wanna
I
follow a
do.
doctrine in the Bible that's not there?
Exactly. I do think it's strange. It is.
And it's sad that he has such a stronghold over your mother
I
that
know.
she's now trying to force her garbage on you.
Exactly.
Wow.
I think her mom got some stuff in her she dealing with.
Yeah. Think it's
Yeah.
lust.
Do you have any other siblings? Any brothers? Any other brothers and sisters?
Yes, sir. My younger brother, he lives with us. He doesn't really keep the commandments, but he like do know. He know about the truth. She's like the Israelite that let um him go to homecoming. I don't accept like no. Why would you like the scriptures say don't prostitute thy daughter to be a whore? Like
Right.
I don't like it's just a lot that we bump heads, but I still do try my best to respect her and honor her like the scriptures say.
Now, I want to show you in the scriptures because we already smashed. She's not no Israelite. So I want to show you why the marriage took place. Because later on, when she went there, when she went amongst the Israelite, the next of kin to her sons married her. Okay? Watch this. Uh, there was a law in Israel about uh, if a brother dies and he don't have no kids, the next of kin to him had to take his wife and raise up seed to him. And I'm going to show it to you in the law.
Deuteronomy chapter 25.
It's Deuteronomy. Who's that talking?
Reader, sir. I got it for you.
Okay, read it, please.
Deuteronomy chapter 25 and verse 5. If brethren dwell together, and one of them die, and have no child, the wife of the dead shall not marry without unto a stranger.
Okay, you had to keep that wife to his next of kin. Why? Read on.
Her husband's brother shall go in unto her, and take her to him to wife, and perform the duty of an husband's brother unto her.
So God always had it so that if if something happens to me, I want the next best thing to me for my wife. So back then, uh, keeping your tribe, uh, what's the word I'm looking for? The inheritance of your tribe. It was very important. It's not like niggas right now. Okay, we were very tribal back then. So my wife was my possession. To make sure that my possession is secure, my next of kin will deal with her. Read it again.
If brethren dwell together, and one of them die, and have no child, the wife of the dead shall not marry without unto a stranger. Her husband's brother shall go in unto her, and take her to him to wife.
She don't just go and pick up with some random nigga. Read on.
and perform the duty of an husband's brother unto her.
Okay, that was the law, the duty of a husband's brother. Read on.
And it shall be that the firstborn which he beareth shall succeed in the name of his brother which is dead.
Which that dead person brings forth child to carry that man's name on, his legacy. Okay? Now I'm going to show you that in Ruth. Let me go back there. Ruth chapter. We get straight to the point. I'm going to read it. Ruth chapter 2, verse 1. And Naomi had kinsmen of her husbands, a mighty man of wealth. It tells you right there, because we just read where the next of kin had to take over for the dead. So it tells you, then as soon as we start chapter 2, and Naomi had kinsmen, meaning family of her husbands, a mighty man of wealth of the family of Elimelech, and his name was Boaz. And Ruth the Moabitess said unto Naomi, let me now go to the field and glean ears of corn after him in whose sight I shall find grace. And she said unto her, go, my daughter. And she said specifically for her to go to her husband's next of kin. That's how we know that what we read in Deuteronomy chapter, uh, what was
25.
it again?
25. Chapter 25
25,
and
25
verse
verse
5.
5. That's why she specifically targeted her husband's next of kin, because they were keeping that law that we just read in Deuteronomy. And she went and came and gleaned in the field after the reapers, and her hap was to light on the part of the field belonging unto Boaz, who was kindred of Elimelech. Okay, kindred of her husband. So she did what the Bible, she didn't just come there and pick up with some random nigga. She did what the law said. Find the next of kin to her husband, her sons, and then let Ruth go and be with them. Okay? And Boaz came from Bethlehem and said unto the reapers, the Lord be with you. And they answered him, the Lord bless thee. Then said Boaz unto his servant that was set over the reapers, whose damsel is this? Ruth must have looked good. Okay? And the servant that was set over the reapers answered and said, it is the Moabitish damsel. Why did they call her Israelite? If she was an Israelite, why did they report to her when they inquired about her? They didn't say, oh, it's an Israelite from another country. Did you get that, Precious?
Yes, sir. I
Okay,
understand.
that dude is finished. He's a dummy. He's an
Finish.
idiot. When they asked him who it is, they told her it's a Moabite damsel that came back with Naomi out of the country of Moab. Why they didn't say she was an Israelite? That's what the nigga spent the first 23 minutes of the video trying to convince us. Okay, when they asked her who it was, he didn't say, oh, it's one of them Israelites that was in the land from the wars of time of numbers. They told him, yo, that woman is a Moabite. And why is she a damsel? Because she was in distress because of her husband died. Okay?
Yes,
And
sir.
she,
She's trying to. Oh, I'm sorry.
go ahead, say what you
She's
think.
trying to. She's trying to today. I heard her talking on the phone with him last night, and she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna put it on the YouTube so we can watch it." Like she want me to watch the whole video, and I was like, I don't want to watch it. So am I disobeying her because I
I
don't
would
want to
listen.
watch
You
it?
live in her house, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, I don't want her to throw you out.
Okay,
And
right,
that's how crazy black women are. She
right.
want to be right so much that she will throw you out because you just watch with her. I'm just telling you, it's bullshit, and it's good for you to know it. So you'll see. Don't listen to me. You don't know me, but I want you to watch it with your own eyes and see for yourself that it's bullshit. She's making things up.
Yes,
Here it
sir.
is. Naomi's gone. Naomi's not in the picture. Boaz sees her, and when he asks, they tell her it's a Moabite. They tell him. She got to explain this. She got to reconcile this right here with the bullshit that he put in the first 23 minutes with the map. He's trying to say because Israel was moving around, that she was in a land next to Israel, so she's an Israelite. The scriptures don't say that. So I just want you to see it.
Right. And she was like, oh, cause she think I'm scared to watch it, and I'm not. She was like, oh, why you don't want to watch it? You
All you
scared
got to
they
do is
gon'
watch it with her and point
I'll
out
watch it.
these
I'll
key
watch it.
points right here.
Yes,
And
sir.
just don't sit close to her because she might swing on you. Is she violent?
No, sir. We don't. We get along. We get along, sir. Still, it's just that right there. About the Ruth situation. And she's being indoctrinated by the guy.
So let's read some more. Let's read some more. This is light work. And there's Israelite camps who believe this stupidity, not just that idiot. He got it from another camp. I'm going to read verse 5. This is chapter 2, verse 5. Then Boaz, after remember, Boaz saw her. Okay, then Boaz said unto his servant, which was set over the reapers, whose damsel is this? Okay, he was looking at her. She didn't look like the ones in New York when you go into the restaurant and they go say, half chicken por favor, half so ketchup the sauce. You want more ketchup with that? She didn't look like those that we see here in New York. Okay, she looked different. And the servant that was set over the reapers answered and said, it is the Moabitish damsel that came back with Naomi out of the country of Moab. They did not say when they asked. This is a totally different scenario. They told there was a Moabite from the country of Moab. And she said, I pray thee, let me glean and gather after the reapers among the sheaves. So she came and have continued even the morning until now, that she tarried a little in the house. Then said Boaz unto Ruth, hearest thou not, my daughter? Go not and glean another field, neither go from hence, but abide here, fast my maidens, fast by my maidens. Let thine eyes be on the field, that they go reap, and go thou after them. Have I not charged the young men that they shall not touch thee? So he said, I don't want nobody touching on her. He wanted to bag her up. And when thou art athirst, go unto the vessels and drink of that which the young men have drawn. Then she fell on her face and bowed herself to the ground and said unto him, why have I found grace in thine eyes, that thou shouldest take knowledge of me, seeing I am a stranger? Verse 10, okay? Meaning she was not an Israelite. She said it out her own mouth.
Right.
And Boaz answered and said unto her, it hath fully been showed me all that thou hast done unto my mother-in-law, since the death of thine husband, and how thou hast left thy father and thy mother and the land of thy nativity, and art come unto a people which thou knewest not hereto. Heretofore, meaning you left your parents, you left the land of your nativity, and you're around people that you were never around before. The Lord recompense thy work, and a full reward be given thee of the Lord God of Israel, under whose wings thou art come to trust. She humbled herself to him. Then she said, let me find favor in thy sight, my Lord, for that thou hast comforted me, and for that thou hast spoken friendly unto thine handmaid, though I be not like unto one of thine handmaids, because she was not an Israelite. And Boaz said unto her at mealtime, come now thither and eat the bread, and dip the morsel in vinegar. And she sat beside the reapers, and he reached her parched corn, and she did eat, and was sufficed, and left. And when she was risen up to glean, Boaz commanded his young man, saying, let her glean even among the sheaves, and reproach her not. And let her fall also some of the handfuls of purpose for her, and leave them that she may glean them, and rebuke her not, because it wasn't her office, it wasn't her place. So he's telling them, yo, hook things up for her. I'm gonna bag her up. So She gleaned in the field until even and beat out that she had gleaned, and it was about an ephah of barley. That was a measurement. Give me 1 second. That's why I don't listen to black Hebrew Israelites. You niggas are dumb. Any of you black Hebrew Israelites listening, you dumb as hell. That's why we tell the men in our group, stay away from you niggas. You niggas are retarded. Y'all can't even do simple reading comprehension. You go out of your ways to malign the scriptures and twist them up. Verse 18. And she took it up and went into the city. Her mother in law saw what she had gleaned, and she brought forth and gave to her that she had reserved after she was sufficed. 19. And her mother in law said unto her, where hast thou gleaned today? And where wroughtest thou? Blessed be he that did take knowledge of thee. And she showed her mother in law with whom she had wrought, and said, the man's name with whom I wrought today is Boaz. And Naomi said unto her daughter-in-law, blessed be he the Lord, blessed be he of the Lord, who hath not left off his kindness to the living and to the dead. And Naomi said unto her, the man is near of kin unto us, unto one of our next kinsmen. That's why she brought her to somebody, as it said in Deuteronomy chapter 20, verse 5, 25, verse 5. If an Israelite man dies, the next of kin to him is supposed to take his wife. And Ruth the Moabite said, they keep calling her a Moabite. This nigga went in the video and showed a map saying she had to be Israel because of the land, the area was on his stupid ass map he concocted. And Ruth the Moabite said, and Ruth the Moabite said, he said unto me also that thou keep fast by my young men until they have ended all my harvest. He already told them, make sure y'all hold her down. I'm going to bag her up. He told his servants, look out, look over her, don't reproach her, don't mistreat her. I want to wife her up. And Naomi said unto Ruth, her daughter-in-law, it is good, my daughter, that thou go out with his maidens, that they meet thee not in any other field. Why did they have to tell him that? Not to reproach her in the other verse, because they wasn't rocking with no damn Chinese people. So that's why he said before, y'all don't give her to, in verse 16, he said, and let some of the handfuls of purpose for her, and leave them that she may glean, and rebuke her not. He said not to reproach her or rebuke her. Okay? Dropping back down to 22, verse 23. So she kept fast by the maidens of Boaz to glean unto the end of barley harvest and of wheat harvest, and dwell within her mother-in-law. Okay? We're in chapter 3 now, verse 1. Then Naomi, her mother-in-law, said unto her, my daughter, shall I not seek rest for thee, that it may be well with thee? And now is Boaz our kindred, with whose maidens thou was. Behold, he winnoweth barley tonight in the threshing floor. Wash thyself therefore, anoint thee, and put thy raiment upon thee, and get thee down to the floor, but make not thyself known unto the man until he have done eating and drinking. And Israelite women, they know how to run games. She's like, get dressed up, let him eat, make him get a nice full belly. Don't show yourself to him until he already ate, and then pull up on him. And it shall be when he lieth down that thou shalt mark the place where he shall lie, and thou shalt go in and uncover his feet and lay down, and he will tell thee what thou shalt do. And she said unto her, all that thou sayest unto me I will do. And she went down unto the floor and did according to all her mother-in-law bade her. And Boaz had eaten and drunk, and his heart was merry. He went to lay down at the end of the heap of the corn, and she came softly and uncovered his feet and laid her down. And it came to pass at midnight that the man was afraid and turned himself, and behold, a woman lay at his feet. He's like, yo, who the hell is this? Okay, he didn't know that the mother was setting her up to get his attention. And he said, who art thou? And she said, answered, I am Ruth, thine handmaid. Spread therefore thy skirt over thy handmaid, for thou art a near kinsman. It was a custom that they did to show, look, take me because I am near to your family that died. And he said, blessed be thou art of the Lord, my daughter, for thou hast showed more kindness in the latter end than at the beginning, inasmuch as thou followest not young men, whether poor or rich. And now, my daughter, fear not. I will do thee all that thou hast requirest. For all the city of my people doth know that thou art a virtuous woman. And now it is true that I am thy near kinsman. Howbeit there is kinsmen nearer than thy. So he said, I can't marry you yet, because there's people closer in lineage than me. He had to get permission to hook up with her, because according to what we read in Deuteronomy chapter 25, verse 5, it had to be the closest in your brother's bloodline. So he told her, look, I can't marry you yet. I got to get permission. In verse 12, it says, there is kinsmen nearer than I. Tarry this night, and it shall be in the morning that if he will perform unto thee the part of a kinsman, well, let him do the kinsman part. But if he will not do the part of the kinsman to thee, then will I do the part of the kinsman to thee. So he said, I got to check first if there's anybody else in the bloodline that wants to marry you. And if they won't do it, I will do it. Okay? And she lay at his feet until the morning, and she rose up before one could know another. And he said, let it not be known that a woman came into the floor. Also he said, bring the veil that thou hast upon thee, and hold it. And when she held it, he measured 6 measures of barley and laid it on her, and she went into the city. And when she came to her mother-in-law, she said, who art thou, my daughter? And she told her all that the man had done. And she said, these 6 measures of barley gave he me, for he said, for me to go empty unto thy mother-in-law. So he said, for me, go not empty to thy mother-in-law. It's almost finished. We're reading the whole thing. I want to see if it magically changes to her being an Israelite. Then she said, then said she, sit still, my daughter, until thou know how the matter will fall. For the man will not be in rest until he have finished the thing this day. Then went Boaz up to the gate and sat down there, and behold, the kinsman of whom Boaz spoke came. He said, there's somebody closer. So Boaz found him, the next of kin. Okay, and behold, the kinsman of whom Boaz spake came by, unto whom he said, ho, such a one, turn aside, sit down here. And he turned aside and sat down. And he took 10 men of the elders of the city and said, sit ye down here. And they sat down. And he said unto the kinsman, Naomi, that is come again out of the country of Moab, selleth a parcel of land, which was our brother Elimelech's. They had strict customs and laws. They were tribal. So he said they got property there, and it was Elimelech's. And I thought to advertise these, saying, but I'm sorry, I'm going to read it again, verse 3. And he said unto the kinsman, Naomi, that is come again out of the country of Moab, selleth a parcel of land which was our brother Elimelech's. Verse 4, and I thought to advertise thee, saying, buy it before the inhabitants and before the elders of my people, if thou wilt redeem it, because that was the law. You have to redeem your brother's property and his wife. Redeem it, but thou wilt not redeem it, then tell me that I may know, for there is none to redeem it besides thee, and I am after thee, meaning you, because you're next in line to Elimelech. If you don't want it, I'll take it. And he said, I will redeem it. Then said Boaz, what day thou buyest the field of the hand of Naomi, thou must buy it also of Ruth the Moabite. He said, if you take the field, you got to take Ruth the Moabite, the wife of the dead, to raise up the name of the dead upon his inheritance. This is light work. This show you that the nigga don't read. And your mother's just following an idiot. This is what happens when you follow black Hebrew Israelites. And the kinsman said, I cannot redeem it for myself, lest I mar my own inheritance. Redeem thou my right to thyself, for I cannot redeem it. He was like, look, I don't want this Chinese woman. Okay? Now, this was a manner in former time in Israel concerning redeeming and concerning changing. For to confirm all things, a man plucked off his shoe and gave it to his neighbor, And this was a testimony in Israel, because there's another scripture that says you can refuse. You got to take off your shoe, and before the woman that's supposed to be redeemed in front of the elders. Okay? Verse 8. Therefore the kinsman said unto Boaz, buy it for thee. So he drew off his shoe. And Boaz said unto the elders and unto all the people, ye are witness this day that I have brought all that was Elimelech's and all that was Chilion's and Mahalon's, his brother and his father. He took everything of the land of Naomi. Moreover, Ruth the Moabitess, the wife of Mahlon, have I purchased to be my wife, to raise up name of the dead unto his inheritance, that the name of the dead be not cut off from among his brethren and from the gate of his place. Precious, do I have to read more, or is this just crystal clear to you?
Sir, this is crystal clear.
Okay? So your mother's around a black Hebrew Israelite, an ignorant nigger, and your mother must be under his spell, because these niggas work magic. There's black Hebrew Israelite nigger magic, and he's working it on your moms. So make sure he don't put roots on you too. Any more questions?
Understood. Understood. No, sir. That was perfect. Thank you. I did screen recorded it. I may well no, I'm gonna show her, so she may not want to, but I'm gonna try to show her.
Show her what?
I'm screen recording all of this
Oh,
to
what I said?
take back. Yes, sir.
No, 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 no. Don't show her what I said. She may get offended.
Okay.
I didn't know that. I would have spoke nicely.
Okay, I won't.
I
I
know he's
won't.
gonna play it back. She may get offended. If I would have
Right,
known he
right.
was
I
gonna
don't want to
show her what
offend.
I said,
Okay, sir.
you know
I
me.
won't.
I dramatize things. I don't want her to
Right.
hear this. She'll get in her feelings. I mean,
I
what I
know
said
she will.
was right.
She will get in
Yes,
her
she'll get
feelings.
it. No, 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 no. Don't play this back for her.
Okay. Yes, sir.
But you
I won't.
listen to it and just highlight the verses I said and
Yes, sir.
make her explain them. If I would have known you was
Okay.
gonna play it back for her, I would have censored it.
Okay.
But these black Hebrew Israelite niggas make me so mad. I cannot speak about them without calling them niggas. So I didn't know. I'm sorry. I would have censored it for you.
No, sir. You're okay. You're
Okay?
okay.
But she tells you anything more stupid from this nigga. You have this is it. That's why we call it biblical smoke. We're here all the time to answer all questions and to clear up the powerful niggatry of these black Hebrew Israelites. I mute my mic.
Thank you, sir.
All praise to the Lord.
Hey,
We can have.
hey,
Oh, go ahead.
hey. I'm sorry for talking low. I'm in the office, but hey, Ayo, you told her some wisdom about not striving with her mother at the house. She stayed at her mother's house. That was wisdom.
Yes,
That was
yes. I don't want you to argue with your mom. Because she may just have, like I said, all jokes aside, he may have uh spiritually has been manipulating her. As it says in Second Timothy chapter 3, verse 6. Read it, please. Second Timothy 3, verse 6. This may be your mom's.
Oh God, I got you, everyone.
Second
Second Tim,
Timothy.
you
Go
got
ahead.
it? No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Second Timothy chapter 3 and verse 6. For of this sort are they which creep into houses,
He crept into your mother's house.
and lead captive silly women
Your
laden with
mom's is
sin.
silly, so he led her captive, and he's keeping her in sin. It says, of this sort are they which creep into houses and leave captive silly women. Why is she silly? Because she's believing something that's not there. You're supposed to read for yourself the way I read. I've been hearing this since I came to the past 10 years. Nobody was saying this stupid shit before. Until these new brood of black Hebrew Israelite little nigglets popped up, and then all of a sudden they switching the scripture saying Ruth was an Israelite. Show me where in the text. It don't say it nowhere. I showed y'all 8 different times where even after she left the country, they were still calling her a Moabite. They still refer to her as a Moabite. The other next of kin say, yo, I don't want to marry her. I don't want to mar my inheritance. So that's why he passed her on to Boaz. Okay, so where do these niggas get? I want book, chapter, and verse that she's an Israelite. They don't have it. So that's why I said, it says, these are they which creep into houses, because that's what he's doing to your mom. 6 years of showing her the scriptures. He been creeping around with her and lead captive silly women. Read on, reader.
laden with sins, led away with diverse lusts,
So there's some lust that she has for this wicked nigga. Read on.
ever learning,
Say that part again.
ever learning,
Say that part again for Precious.
ever learning,
Now she want to show you some dumbass video. He's always showing her something, ever learning. Read on.
and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth.
As long as your mother's with that stupid nigga, she will never learn the truth. I gave her the proof, and she gonna reject the truth. Because he put a black Hebrew Israelite nigga spell on her. And she's just trying to put it on you.
Right. I told her, Mom, you got to be careful because some of these people not right, even if they say they're Israelites.
Exactly. The most dangerous ones are not the Christians, because the Christians don't use scriptures. It's the black Hebrew Israelite nigglets that read the scriptures and twist them. Those are the ones that's a problem. Those were the ones that were following Christ. Okay? The Caucasian people is not the problem. They don't know the scriptures. It's these niggas that read the Bible and twist the scriptures up and try to push heresies. Who does he live with?
I think he lives with his dad up the street from us.
Oh, okay. Um, like I said, sis, you just be careful. All praises the Most High put the Spirit on you, so you don't listen to that foolishness.
All
But
praises.
don't
I will be
argue with your
careful.
mom.
Yes, sir.
Just show her the scriptures. All you got to do is, I watched the first 23 minutes of the video. All he's doing is using maps to say that based on the historical account of the land being divided up, that in his words, that there were Israelites there in the land that they call Moab. And so what, even if that's the case? Because the Israelites always are. Give me Judges chapter 3, verse 1. That's still not an argument. Judges 3, verse 1. Just because there was another nation in the vicinity of the Israelites, that changes nothing. This is why God allowed other nations to be in the vicinity. They were in the vicinity, but not in close proximity. They were in the vicinity, but not in close proximity to the Israelites. This is why. Judges chapter 3, verse 1.
Judges chapter 3, verse 1. Now these are the nations which the Lord left to prove Israel by them.
God left some nations around the Israelites to test them, to prove them. Okay, so there were Israelites in the vicinity, but not in close proximity. So that shit that he showed with the map is just black Hebrew Israelite. I'm sorry to say this, vocab made it up. Hopscotch. That's black Hebrew Israelite hopscotch, where you're jumping around to try to make shit fit that don't fit. Like what Captain Tazariak from ISUPK tried to do when vocab was spanking him. Okay, I went over that in my video last week. I was shocked that he let this Christian Edomite spank him with the scriptures. And you can hear in the dialogue that he had no answer. Just watch my Friday Night Raw from last week. Whoever didn't see it, I put the video. I was in shock. But that's how it is when you're so dead set on twisting the scriptures to further your agenda. People make you look stupid. Okay, so just be mindful, sis. I mute my mic.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys.
Yo, the reason why I was bringing up what you was in the spirit about, using wisdom. Before you came in the room, we was talking about situation that a brother might put his wife in, or this is a situation where you get into it with another guy, or it's an issue that's happening, and you don't want your wife to get involved in that.
Who is that? That
No,
their
we
brother
just
went. put their wife
So,
in a situation.
well, they had a brother in the comment was talking about that, but it was a sister on here saying that she ended up in a situation because it was innocent at first, but then they start getting mad at her. And I told her, you don't talk to these people. They ain't in the truth.
Did you
Don't try
tell
to
her
come.
to mind her business?
Oh yes,
Because black
yes.
women have a way of poking their nose into business that's not theirs, and then they get in trouble. So tell sister, if you're listening, mind your business. Now, Jonathan, I sent you an invite 2 times. If you have a question, I sent you an invite so you could come on stage. I'm going to send it again. Accept the invite, and you can come on stage and ask your question. This is my third one. I don't worry about what Christians teach. They don't teach nothing. They don't know the Bible. It's you black Hebrew Israelite niggas that watch us, because most of them watch us, and then they twist up what we teach. Those are the ones I worry about. Because y'all let your guard down with them because they're black. And y'all thinking that spiritually they want to teach. And that's what happened with Christ. Christ had to watch his back, not with the white people. He had to watch his back with his own people. John chapter 7, verse 1. Read that, reader.
John chapter 7, verse 1. After these things, Jesus walked in Galilee, for he would not walk in Jewry,
He didn't want
because,
to be around his brethren, the Jews. Why?
because the Jews sought to kill him.
They were so wicked that they wanted to kill the Son of God. It's the same thing now. You got wicked black Hebrew Israelite niggas that watch our teachings and they want to attack us. That's why we stay separate from the other groups. You people that be like, oh, why y'all not can't come together, to hell with you. I'm not going to risk my life around niggas that don't like us. I'm doing just what Christ did. Christ walked no more around him because they wanted to cause harm with him, cause harm to him. They wanted to be around him, but they were scheming on him. It's the same thing today. That's why there's so many different divisions and so many different groups. I'm not going around people just to make y'all feel good. I'm doing just what Christ said. Read it one more time.
After these things, Jesus walked in Galilee, for he would not walk in Jewry,
He refused to walk around his own brothers. Why?
because the Jews sought to kill him.
Okay? They were angry at his teachings and they wouldn't respect him as the man of God as he was. It's the same thing with us. A nigga watch us and tell us we're wrong and make up stupid shit and keep our name in his mouth. That's why there's so many different videos on the bishop every single day, like them dumbass GMS niggas. That's all they talk about every video watch. And Bishop Nate and Bishop Nathaniel and General Nathaniel. They it's like they're infatuated with him like a woman. Even their own members left the camp saying all they do is bring the bishop. Their members got sick of them bringing the bishop up every single time. Okay, I have people that have left from these other camps, and it's like, yo, we come to them to learn, and all they keep doing is going over IUIC teachings and bringing up what the bishop teach. And then they get mad when we're like, yo, we not entertaining you. Just stay away from us. Y'all do what you're doing, we gonna keep doing what we doing. We don't need we don't need credibility by bringing up other Israelite camps. I only mention them because they stay with our name in their mouth. Okay, when I first came in, GMS was the biggest Israelite camp. They have more men than any other camp. Okay, and they had a strong following. Now y'all could barely find their videos. The Lord ain't dealing with them because they keep making things up and they keep other men's name in their mouth. And what messed them up is that they twist the scriptures to say you could rape women and you could have sex with little children. And people who did not believe in the truth from the conscious community recorded their leader saying, "You want to have sex with a 9-year-old?" He said, "Yeah, yeah, yeah. When they start bleeding, they're a woman." He was like, 9? If y'all didn't see the video, it's still on YouTube. And they couldn't clean that up. Grown 60-something-year-old man, you looking at a little girl waiting for her to have her menstrual cycle. See, that's a fetish. That's pedophilia. Something is wrong with you. Your mind is, that's not what would a grown man want with a 9-year-old child? It makes absolutely no sense. And there are black Hebrew Israelites that was repeating what he was saying and supporting him. There's still black Hebrew, it's like the little kids that attacked us, them DOW niggas. Everything that they teach, they got from GMS. Everything that they teach, they got from GMS. Okay, so I'm just letting y'all know, this is the reason why we stay away from them. Okay, because they look at what we teach, they go against it and make up other stuff. And then we got to bump into other people coming into the faith asking, why y'all not teaching that Ruth is a Israelite? Because it don't say that. Why y'all not teaching that sex is, you can have as much women as you want and you don't have to marry them? Because it don't say that. Why y'all not teaching that the Sabbath day moves every single month like GMS does? Because there's nowhere in the Bible that says that. And you people that follow them, you're ignorant. You don't know, you don't read. You're respective persons. Why are you not teaching that commanding General Yohana is the next on the planet next to Christ? Because it don't say that. It don't say nothing about no if you're not with the ISUPK, you're not in the truth. It don't say that. That's a slogan for weak men that don't read the Bible and they don't know nothing. And I didn't come into this truth to kiss the ass of men. If the bishops start teaching that foolishness, I'll leave. I'm not going to stay here and let them tell me. I have to repeat to my family members that commanding Bishop Nathaniel, you can only get salvation through him. Y'all believe that bullshit? Picture me saying that to my family and they have respect for me. Or telling my family, you know what? My leader said you can have sex with 8 and 9-year-old girls. But there's black Hebrew Israelites that believe that, and that is the reason we stay away. I mute my mic.
All right, all right. All praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High. All right, it's biblical smoke. Biblical smoke. Oh, go ahead.
Hey, they had somebody on stage who want to ask AO a question.
Go ahead.
Think how you say you want your Ywanadon?
Hey, shalom, brother, shalom, mighty brothers. I just wanted to ask a question. By the way, Ruth is not an Israelite, and I also don't give a damn about doctrine. I learned a lot from you, brothers, Bishop. Um, so this is my question. So I got a sister. She speaks mainly Spanish, and she watches IUIC, like your Spanish speaking countries, but she's looking to congregate. She's based out of Minnesota. Is there anything you guys can do to kind of help her? Should she send an email? That's my question, and I yield.
Just email us at biblicalsmoke, 2 words, biblicalsmoke@gmail.com. And when you send the email, just put that you spoke with A1 and you want someone to contact her in Spanish. And the
Okay,
brothers
all
that we
praises.
have there, they'll reach out.
All praises. I appreciate you, brothers. I'm gonna go ahead and drop down.
All right. What state you in?
I'm in Minnesota, sir.
Okay, yeah. Just when you ready, just let us know. We got brothers up there and it's all good, all right?
Thank you, sir. I'm gonna go ahead and drop down.
All right, shalom.
All right, yes, sir. All praise to the Most High.
Sh-
All right, fam, it's
Shalom,
biblical.
officer.
Who's
Shalom,
speaking?
officer. This is the reader. Give me 10 minutes.
Okay, okay, yes, sir, yes, sir. All right, fam, it's biblical smoke, biblical smoke. All right, make sure y'all follow the room if y'all haven't already. All right, email us at biblicalsmoke@gmail.com. All right, the web link is pinned at the top of the page, biblicalsmoke@gmail.com. All right, we'll be shutting the room down in about 15 minutes, transitioning over to UGL. So make sure you email us if you got any questions. If you're looking to congregate, email us at biblicalsmoke@gmail.com. Also, make sure you inquire about the welcome home booklet. All right, we'll help get the PDF over to you or send you the link to get a welcome home packet. All right, who else we got on stage? Who else we got on stage that hasn't spoke yet?
Shalom. I have a question.
Hey, Shalom, sis. Yeah, go ahead.
Um, as far as the title, because I want to acknowledge the title, has voting helped Black Christians yet? No, and I haven't voted in years. I wanted to speak on when King he was speaking earlier about the situation with the sister in the store, and I'm not married. I'm single. I'm a single mother, and I used to be a SPO for NASA, so I'm licensed to carry. Um, are the women that's in the Israelite, are they able to carry?
A weapon?
Yes, I'm licensed to
Yes.
carry a gun.
Hell yeah. If any woman that's able to obtain a weapon legally and lawfully, yes, we encourage
Okay.
that. We don't want our sisters to be uh, defenseless. Watch this. Uh,
Hey yo, real quick, I just wanted to say what she's talking to so you can understand. I was telling her, I was giving her scenarios about, you know, um, if if you put yourself in situations, how, you know, you can put the debt or something, you can harm can come to you. And I said, if I do something, I don't want my wife to get involved. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm in the midst of something, and I got this devil on me, and I get into it with a guy. I don't want her coming involved, and we both get killed or something both happen to us. And then you had to do it in a comment saying uh, that the wife should help you, and so you won't die and stuff like
no,
that.
no, absolutely not. The scriptures tell you not to, women are not to get involved when two men are striving. Okay, I'll give you that scripture. Give me, if I get my ass beat, I get my ass beat. That's that. It is what
That's
it
what
is.
I said. That's what I told
Okay.
her.
That's in. I would never tell my wife to jump in and then harm comes to her and I gotta live with that. I'd rather live with her saying, that's why that nigga beat your ass. Instead of her saying, he beat my ass and your ass because you can't fight, nigga. I don't want to hear that. You know how the black woman is. She will bring it up every time we argue. Uh,
Hey, the brother said I was supposed to run, and she was supposed to run. If I'm running and she fall, but I'm running, how do I know? That don't make no sense. Makes no sense at all. I'm not running. If somebody breaks in the house, my wife ain't gonna answer going down there. I'm going down there. It's just common
nah,
sense.
I'll tell my wife, stay out of it. Okay, I would never put her in a situation like that. And I try my best not to fight if I'm around my family. If I'm by myself, I'll be a little bit more emboldened. I'm not gonna lie.
That's,
You know?
hey, you in the spirit? Hey, yo, I just said the situation that happened. You, oh, we still men. We still men. We,
Uh Give me Exodus chapter 21, verse 18.
I got you, sir.
Oh no, that's that one. I'm sorry, Deuteronomy chapter 25, verse 11.
Book,
God says, mind your business, woman. Let the men duke it out.
yes, sir. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 25, and verse 11. When men strive together one with another, and the wife of the one draweth near for to deliver her husband out of the
Because
hand of him
he's
that hath
getting
smitten
his
him,
hand whooped. The other man is putting paws on him. He's getting the beat down. He's catching them hands, as we say in New York. And the wife is like, oh Lord, you gonna kill my husband. Read on.
and putteth forth her hand, and taketh him by the secrets,
Because she's not strong. So she's like, Mama said, grab him in the nuts. Read on.
then thou shalt cut off her hand.
God said, don't interfere to the point where the consequences are severe. Okay? She could go and call another man to help, but don't get involved. Okay? That's in the law. Now, as far as the weapon, Luke chapter 22, verse 35.
The book of Luke, chapter 22, and verse 35.
Start with verse 33.
Verse 33. And he said unto him, Lord, I am ready to go with thee, both unto prison and to death.
Peter was like, yo, I'm going to ride out for you no matter what happened. Whether it be jail or death, I'm there for you. Read on.
And he said, I tell thee, Peter, the cock shall not crow this day, before that thou shalt thrice deny that thou knowest me.
He said, Peter, you just running your mouth. I already seen your future, and you're going to deny me when things get popping. Because they didn't expect, it's just like right now. We all talk, but when things get bad, we're going to see who's about that life. That's why the Bible speaks of a time of trouble since there never was a nation. They're going to turn up on us. That's when Armageddon comes. That's when the end of the world. That's when Jacob trouble comes. God is holding the nations back so we could bring forth that 1/3 that's supposed to be delivered. But it tells you Satan is going to get inside these other nations and they're going to turn up. That's why Esau keep talking about a race war, race war, race war. The war is the other nation against the Israelites. Okay, so Christ is warning them. You talking all that talk, you ready to go with me to prison and to death, but you're going to deny me. Read on.
And he said unto them, when I sent you without purse and scrip and shoes, lack ye anything?
Did you need anything when I sent you out? It was all good in the hood. I was holding y'all down. Read on.
And they said nothing. Then said he unto them, but now he that hath purse, let him take it.
Now
And
he
like
said, save your money. That's why I've been telling y'all to save. He said, before it wasn't time. The times are going to change. He said, before I told you I don't carry no money. The people got you. Now he's changing the directive. He said, now make sure you keep your ones with you. Read on.
and likewise his script.
And your script. Read on.
And he that hath no sword, let him sell his garment and buy one.
You better sell whatever you have to arm yourself. Why? Because he saw the Romans coming to attack them. So I would never tell no sister, don't have a way to defend yourself. Things are going to get bad. Do you understand that, sister?
Yes, all praises. And I wanted to speak on I appreciate the fact that, y'all say, as y'all being protectors, you don't want your wife getting involved because my last relationship, I've been single for over 6 years. I was with the last person I was with was my youngest son father. And he used to always say like if somebody was to come here, oh y'all better be behind me because I'm out of here. And I used to just look at him like this is ridiculous. But
Wow.
I've been licensed to carry for years, so I know, I'm
Did he
able
say it
to
as a
protect
joke?
me and
Tell
my
me he was
children.
joking. Tell me he was just
I
playing.
don't think he was joking. I don't think he was joking.
Wow. Wow. I was expecting you to laugh afterwards, but for a man to seriously say that, okay? If something is popping off, I listen. I say it all the time. I'm big on health. I go to the gym. I work out. I exercise, and I encourage the people around me to exercise. I don't want y'all to know how to fight, but I want y'all to know how to run. Okay, I don't want women to know how to fight because women are not stronger than men. It's good that you could defend yourself if you have to, but I would rather you be able to run. That's what Christ was telling them. Arm yourself up and be ready to run. The people didn't believe that the destruction was coming, and he told them, "Get out." Get that, Luke chapter 21, verse 20. He warned them. The reason why he told them to get a sword is because the other nations were going to come after them. So yes, I want you to arm yourself. Okay, but when a whole mob of people are coming for you, you can't fight. I can't fight everybody. Read it.
The book of Luke, chapter 21 and verse 20. And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is near.
That's why Jesus wept over the city, because he saw in the future that Jerusalem was going to be surrounded by the Romans. And in 70 AD, Titus and Vespasian surround Jerusalem. It took them 4 years to breach the walls of the city and attack them. And this is what they did. Read on.
I'm sorry, the verse said the desolation thereof is nigh, not near. Verse 21. Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains.
He told them, run, run. He didn't say go and get sword practice. He said, run, flee into the mountains, which is Africa, if you get a map. Jerusalem was walking distance to what we now call Africa, to the Bible labels as Egypt. The word Africa is not in the Bible. Read on.
And let them which are in the midst of it depart out. And let not them that are in the countries enter therein too.
Because they would enter in to keep feast days and to make purchases in Jerusalem. Read on.
For these be the days of vengeance,
God was going to get them for what they did to his son and for them not keeping the commandments. Read on.
that all things which are written may be fulfilled.
Because Moses warned them what was going to happen, that they was going to get prideful, and the fulfillment of destruction on Jerusalem was going to come. Read on.
But woe unto them that are with child,
So here he switches it to the pregnant woman. Read on.
and to them that give suck
And to the nursing woman. Read on.
in those days. For there shall be great distress in the land.
So I'm telling my woman, because a lot of y'all women, y'all overweight. Y'all can't walk one block to save your life. Y'all come out Walmart. Y'all want the car as close as you can. What about if there's no gas? What if about they run out of gas and people are moving from house to house because they looking for food? And these same black niggas is coming. They be like, yo, don't that Israelite girl live right there? Let's break into her house. Okay? Christ said to run because the Israelites are going to be attacked. Christ said when they persecute you in one city, flee to another city. So I encourage health to our sisters. Okay? You should be able to put your sneakers on and run. Take the baby, take everybody and run. That's why he said, woe to them that are with child and to them that give suck. Because why? Read on.
For there shall be a great distress in the land,
Meaning
and
these
wrath,
white people was going to attack y'all. Read on.
and wrath upon this people. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles, until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
Meaning these other nations was going to come and take our homeland. Okay, so again, I'm big on fitness because, like I said, a lot of y'all women just to walk one block, y'all can't do it. What if you have to walk 5 miles, 10 miles? What if you got to walk to the supermarket because there's no gas? We don't know what to expect. We don't know how bad it is when the scriptures speak about Jacob's trouble. There's going to be civil unrest. What if there's no electricity? There's a blackout. And we got to grab the kid. How many of you are preparing that you got to take your kids, put them in in a stroller and run for blocks or put them on your back? Okay, where I work in Manhattan, these Caucasians, they up early. This lady is up at 4 o'clock. She got a newborn. She put that baby in the stroller. She put on her Nikes and she jogging with the baby. And then the husband come down after her and tell me hi. He was like, yo, my wife, she's a fitness nut. But I don't want to leave her outside by herself. The whole family go running together. How many of you can honestly say that as a family, y'all exercise together? How many of you, if your husband says, babe, I just heard what A1 said. Let's start doing some walks. Let's start taking a half-hour walk so that we could get. I know you overweight. I know you've been making excuses, but let's just walk. You don't have to go to the gym. You don't got to do nothing. Just let's walk. Me and you, we just go outside and we walk. 15 minutes one way, 15 minutes another way. Then when she get used to it, push it to 20 minutes, then 30 minutes. Now y'all got an hour walk. 30 minutes in one direction, 30 minutes back. You'll see how much weight you'll lose. You'll see how you'll be conditioned. You'll see when things pop off, you're not the one saying, don't leave me. Don't leave. Come on. Y'all want to be them sisters? Okay, don't listen. Christ warned them. There shall be great distress in the land, and woe to you, woman, because they didn't believe it. They didn't think that these white people was going to be so brutal that they will attack pregnant women, and they didn't care. Read the historical account of the siege of Jerusalem. The women and children, they got it first. Because the woman thinks she can sit there and beg. These people are devils. Okay? And all the excuses you black women make, I'm not listening to you because the white woman is inferior and weaker to you, and they get up and they do it. I used to watch this woman in the place where I work. She was up at 4 a.m. She would go and run for an hour, get back at 5, prepare herself to leave to work for 7. And this was right after she gave birth. So it's all how you mentally prepare yourself. If you defeat yourself and convince yourself you can't do it, then you'll be that one that'll be a victim first. But you men should be telling your husband, or you single woman, you can walk with other sisters in a group or make a day. Yo, let's all go together. Let's do what A1 said. Let's see how far we can walk. And it may not work the first week or the second week. It's conditioning. By after a couple of weeks, you're like, damn, this is not as hard. Then you stepping on the scale, oh, stop. I just lost 10 pounds. I just lost another 10. Before you know it, you 50, 60 pounds. And you like Eddie Murphy and the Nutty Professor when he had to go shopping again. So I'm warning y'all. This is what the Bible say. Things are gonna get bad. So you gotta mentally prepare, arm yourself up. If you can legally obtain a firearm where you live, do it, and then physically prepare yourself. For if you gotta run, can you do it? Okay, a lot of y'all on medication. I never saw so much people now. I'm in my 50s and I'm not taking no medication, nothing. This person high blood pressure. This person got to take diabetes medication and all that. What y'all gonna do when you watch? What was that movie with the black family, American Refugee? Okay, and she in the pharmacy, and all the drugs are gone. They showing you that for a reason. People who are sick, they're gonna hit the pharmacies first. What are you gonna do when you can't go and get none of the stuff that you need to maintain yourself? And because you stood sick for all this time and did nothing to fix yourself, what are you going to do when you can't get that asthma pump or the nebulizer? Okay, y'all not thinking. Y'all too comfortable here in this wicked place. The America's going down. Revelation chapter 12, verse 9.
Yes, sir. The book of Revelations, chapter 12, verse 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan,
This is when
which
he loses his power over us. Read on.
which deceiveth the whole world. he was cast out into the earth, and his angels was cast out with him. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our God and the power of his Christ. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down.
Because eventually he's going to fall from the power, the grip he has over us. And that's when our salvation comes, when Satan no longer, when he's exposed. Read on.
Which accused them before our God day and night.
He gets us to sin, and then he accuses us before God. Read on.
And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb,
Why? Because we believe that the black Messiah died and we were washed with his blood from our sins. Read on.
and by the word of their testimony.
Because we read the Bible according to the testimony and we believed on Christ as our Savior, and we wasn't listening to no stupid shit that Ruth was an Israelite. That's not the testimony of the Bible. We're going to overcome by believing as it is written, not some stupid shit some ignorant black Hebrew Israelite made up. Read on.
And they loved not their lives unto death,
Meaning
unto
we're
death.
not comfortable here. We don't like the way this world is. So we always on our toes because we know in America anything goes. We're not comfortable. Read on.
Therefore, rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath.
Meaning when he go down, he's coming after all of us. He's going to go down with great wrath. You're not going to, it's a spiritual war going on in the spirit realm with Michael, but it's going to unfold physically on the earth. You're going to see the government for what they are. You're going to see these politicians for what they are. When food shortage, famine, gas, y'all can't afford gas, people losing their jobs, rioting, okay? The Israelites didn't prepare when Christ warned them, and that's why there was a massacre. We're warning y'all again, and y'all not preparing. Y'all take this clubhouse for a joke. Y'all take this for a joke. Y'all take what we teaching. That's how we know a lot of y'all don't believe the Bible. Y'all listen to us. Y'all listening to other stupid ass camps. That's why I don't take a lot of y'all when y'all come in this room serious. How many people come in this room for hours, listen to us, and we never see them again? They know the stuff we teach and they ain't never heard, but they go right back to the Christian church because they want to hear everything's going to be all right now. Turn to your neighbor and tell them God is good all the time. Sister Betty, I got a word of prophecy for you. The Lord told me this week you're going to hit the lottery. I don't know where it's coming from. Some money going to come from somewhere. Sister Betty start running around the church like a damn fool. Sister Sharon, that man you've been asking for, he's down the aisle in the third row. I see the way he been looking at you. The Lord told me you're going to get that man. You're going to get that husband. That's what y'all want to hear. We ain't telling you that. That's not in the Bible. The scriptures say the devil is going to come down unto you having great wrath. Why? Read on.
Having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
He has a short time on this earth to take 2/3 of you with him when he goes down. That's the statistics. For every 10 of you, he's taking 7. Okay? For every 10 of you, he's taking 7. If there's 1,000 people in the room, 700 of you are not going to make it because you're not taking this serious. And we know those are the statistics because every night we come on here, we be like, anybody got questions? You can play the cricket sound. There's no way y'all can hear us speaking and nobody don't got no questions. I'm mute my mic.
Yes, all praises. Thank you for that. And I definitely agree. I tell my sister all the time, we got to be prepared. She called me crazy, but I am getting prepared. Like I said, I'm single. So I have to fend for myself and my kids right now. I have a 7-year-old, an 18-year-old that live with me. My 21-year-old daughter, she has her own place. But my 18-year-old son, he box, he's in shape, and I go out 4 to 5 times a week. So I'm definitely getting myself prepared and also spiritually as well.
And you don't have to do nothing strenuous. I watch a lot of videos of women that were 300 pounds. Now they 150, 160. All they did was create a group of other white women to just walk. Y'all know how y'all like just find friendly women of which y'all and y'all just pick, yo, we're gonna walk. It may hurt the first couple of days, but your body adapts. You're gonna get used to it. Then before you know it, y'all walking everywhere. Just leave the car alone for a minute and just walk. Don't do it by yourself. Do it in a group. If your husband can't go, take your son. If your son can't go, just make sure I do it in a group. You'll be amazed how much weight you can lose by just walking. I don't say jog because a lot of people sustain injuries, especially if they've never exercised. Your joints, your ankles, whatever, but you can walk.
Yes, I walk. And I'm not overweight. I'm in
That's it.
shape. I'm not overweight.
Okay, all praises. And the stairs. Okay, just doing stairs. In the last building that I worked before they pulled me, there were 47 flights. Ask my coworkers. My boss used to be like, I didn't see you on camera. And when he saw me pop up on the roof, he was like, yo, you didn't use the elevator? Okay, I'm the oldest person. Well, my boss is older than me, but I was the oldest on my team. And I will walk all 47 flights. I would start from the basement, and if you put those three, it's 51. Because I had to go through I was security in the building. I would start from the basement and walk all the way to the roof and then go back down. Okay? And I'm in my 50s. So I don't listen. You young people making excuses, I don't listen to you. I don't listen. And I always speak about there's a sister, she's in her 80s now. She's 83. Okay, I forgot her name. She's weightlifting. She was winning competitions, squatting 300 pounds on the leg press. And she's in her 80s. So I'm not listening to none of y'all make your excuses because you want to be useless. If y'all can sit here and listen to the scriptures, y'all can put your headphones on, y'all can walk, y'all can listen to the replays, y'all can just walk around the block a couple of times. Walk around the block to condition yourself. Because if things get as bad as the scriptures say, there will be no gas. If you have to move, if your husband or your kids, we gotta leave. We gotta go. There's food in the next city. Y'all remember what happened with what was that hurricane? Where the levee broke? And y'all saw all them black people in the dark with their kids walking?
Katrina.
Yes,
Katrina.
Katrina, y'all remember that shit? They didn't expect that. Okay? No, nobody expected that. And the white people, I remember I played the video. They were trying to walk into the next town and they were met there with military. And Geraldo Rivera, y'all remember Geraldo Rivera crying, how could you do this? Look at this little baby. They was walking for safety and they wanted food. Okay, the Lord gonna jack Israel up because y'all put his son to death. Y'all gonna get worse than any of the Israelites in the Bible. And y'all not wrapping your head around it. The Israelites screamed out, crucify him, let his blood be upon us and our children, and God gonna answer you. Y'all gonna get your answer. Y'all not just gonna kill God's son like that and ride off into the sunset. Okay? It's not gonna be that type of party. I know that's what y'all wanna believe, but these scriptures were not written. Whatever God said was gonna happen, it happened. It said there shall be great distress in the land. I mute my mic. Yes, that's her. Somebody put it in the post. Her name is Ernestine Shepherd. Look her up online. Okay, she got a six pack. Her body looked like she's in her 30s. And all she did, she would take old women out to run. Now she's training other women. It's all y'all just making excuses. Moderator, what's going on? Moderator,
I think they started the other room.
they started the
Upload
upload
God's
God's
laws.
laws. They post a link.
Yes,
Hey,
it showed that it started it.
Okay,
hey,
so everybody sign out of here. Going to upload God's laws. I'm gonna upload a turkey and cheese right now. I'll mute
Okay.
my mic.
hey, Shalom, y'all. Yeah, head on over. Head on over. The room should be open. Go ahead and head on over to UGL. We'll get started shortly over on that side. I don't know who's reading, but we can read Matthew 26 and close this out.
Yes, sir, I got you. The book of Matthew, chapter 26 and verse 6. Now when Jesus was in Bethany, in the house of Simon the leper, there came unto him a woman having an alabaster box of very precious ointment, and poured it on his head. And as he sat at meat, but when his disciples saw it, they had indignation, saying, to what purpose is this waste? For this ointment might have been sold for much, and given to the poor. When Jesus understood it, he said unto them, why trouble ye the woman? For she hath wrought a good work upon me. For ye have the poor always with you, but me ye have not always. For in that she hath poured this ointment on my body, she did it for my burial. Verily I say unto you, wheresoever this gospel shall be preached in the whole world, there shall also this, that this woman have done, be told for a memorial of her. All right, Israel. Shalom, Most High Christ bless. Switch on over.
Hey, most high Christ bless family. Hey, make sure y'all reach out to Biblical Smoke Gmail. All right. Like A1 is going into you brothers and sisters that's been listening for a while. It's time to get with a congregation if you haven't already. All right. So make sure you reach out, inquire about a congregation. All right, somebody will get back to you. But we got the link posted in the chat and it's pinned at the top of the room. So transition over to UGL. So you can learn the basics, the basic commandments and coming in and beginning your journey and repentance. All right. So transition over to that. We'll shut the room down in about like 10 to 15 seconds. But make sure y'all tune in.